All right, this is case number 2349567. This is Unix Group versus Ebony Nelson and other occupants of property at 1280 Dawson Street, number 306 in the city of Detroit. Your appearance at this time, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Elaine Marderosian, P33528 for the plaintiff.
Morning, Your Honor. Kelsey Sill, P83841 for the defendant.
All right, thank you, Ms. Sill, and thank you, Ms. Petrozzi. So what's the status on this matter, Ms. Sill?
Your Honor, we're hoping to adjourn this one so that my client can pursue CR432. We're working with plaintiff on that, and we've been in talking about that. So everything should be fine on both ends for an adjournment.
That is correct.
All right, so I'll go ahead under your request and set the matter over for 2/18/21 at 9 o'clock a.m.
Your Honor, I'm actually not available from 2/17 through 2/23. If it could possibly be before or after.
So you want it before or after?
Preferably after that would be great, so we have more time to do CR432.
All right, very well. So we'll set it then for the 2/24/21 at 9 o'clock a.m. the next action date in this matter.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. The court is calling case number 2348283. This is City Property Management Group versus Destiny Drawham and other occupants of property located in the city of Detroit at 15806 7 Mile Road, East 7 Mile Road. Counsel, your appearance at this time, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mark Corey, P82210 on behalf of plaintiff.
Thank you, counsel. And before we go further, sir, is there anything else that you have in front of me in another time slot?
Yes, Your Honor. I have 3 additional matters in front of you. 2 are with Mr. Lockhart, which are going to be adjournments, and then the other one I have is Band Investments v. Mason, which is a first hearing that was scheduled at 8:30 this morning.
Yeah, and I don't see. Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Judge, the adjournments are filed 294 and 287.
I have them as well.
Oh, let me have those.
They're really internal.
All right, and so I will put on the record now 2348294 and 8287, 8294. That's Argo versus Bryant Brandy regarding property on Rossini Street, 14946 Rossini. There is 8287, that's City Property Management Group versus Mary Unique Moses and Moses Williams that appears on Manning Street. And all right, so your appearance, counsel, regarding 8287, Mr. Lockhart.
Judge, Police Court, Steve Lockhart, P32090 for defendants, Williams, Mary Williams. Well, the names are crossed, but 4 defendants. I believe Miss Williams is connected.
Good morning to you, Miss Williams. Are you there? All right, yes. Thank you, ma'am. All right, so what is the, give me the status on this, Mr. Lockhart, please.
Judge, we want to thank the plaintiff for having dealt with a heat issue. We're asking for an adjournment for Sarah, the rent assistance program, and we'd ask Your Honor to grant us February 18th at 9:10 a.m. if you can.
All right, that makes sense to you, Mr. Gaelic?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will set the matter over for that date and time, February the 18th, 2021 at 9:10 a.m. It's so ordered. Thank you, Mr. Lockhart. And regarding the 8294 matter, Mr. Gaelic, you indicate, and I see that there has been an indication that that would be rescheduled until the 18th of February as well. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
Is Ms. Grandy on the line on this one?
I do see Brian
Yes.
Gandy connected.
Yes,
All
I'm
right.
here.
Thank you, Mr. Gandy. Good morning to you, sir.
Morning.
You live at the Rossini address, and you understand that this matter is going to be adjourned over until the 18th of February 2021 at 9:10 a.m. You understand that, sir?
Yeah.
All right. I wish you well then, sir. It is done. And good day to you. We'll see you on the next occasion. Regarding the
Mr. Gandy, Mr. Sartorio will be in touch with you, sir.
Okay.
Pardon me, Judge.
Not a problem, sir, and thank you. Regarding Destiny Drawham, ma'am, are you on this Zoom? East 7 Mile, 15806 East 7 Mile. If you're on this Zoom, please say something at this time. Counsel, I'm not sure, but it looks like this might be the first hearing, although I see a previous date. Go ahead, Counsel.
Your Honor, this is a second appearance. We initially came on January 11th for this matter. At this time, we request a default judgment.
All right, I do see the previous date now. I will grant your petition for entry of judgment by default where the defendant has not appeared on this date, and this date being the second hearing. Accordingly, judgment will enter on the terms as prayed in the complaint, subject to updates based upon the expiration of time. The judgment must be satisfied on or before the 5th of February 2021, or after that date, a writ will issue allowing for eviction from the property if it's so ordered. I'll sign the order of judgment upon consent.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
This is case number 2344321. This is RCH Brokerage Legacy versus Trinetta Smith and occupants of property at 18619 Harlow. The court is also calling at this time the suffix 17, strike that 7196. That's Jeff and Charles Kuzmato versus Constance Cochran and other occupants of property at 10250 Lake Point. The court is calling the suffix 7240. That is Bellcrest Apartments versus Lisa King and other occupants of property located at 544 Cass Avenue number 506. The court is calling the suffix 7210. That is Jeff and Charles Kuzmato versus Georgia Edwards and other occupants of property at 19400 Hickory in the city of Detroit. Your appearance for the plaintiff, if you're here, Mr. Abbott, if you're here, your appearance, Mr. Abbott's P number is 26085, and I think he may be in another courtroom. Any counsel that represents any of the other defendants defendants in these matters, you may enter your appearance at this time.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Ms. Andre, you can go first, and then Ms. Petroni. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, this is Indra Pandiraj, P84364, appearing on behalf of the defendant, Trinetta Smith, for case number 4321.
Got it. And what is the status on that matter? Update me, if you will, Ms. Indra.
Yes, Your Honor, this was a writ hearing, and but however, Mr. Abbott was trying to resolve this through the EDP last year, but because of the court shutdown, we had to wait for the process to. And from our side, I have tried to contact my client from November, and I haven't received any response to my emails or phone calls. But we would request a short adjournment, probably 10 days, so that I could try to get in touch with the client, and probably we can try to resolve it to Sarah this year.
So you talked to Mr. Abbott recently about this, or?
That's correct, Your Honor. I talked to him yesterday evening about it. He's still willing to resolve it through Sarah, but the only problem here is I couldn't get in touch with my client. So a short adjournment would probably help for me to get.
All right. Thank you, counsel. And on your representations, and I remember this file somewhere as well, I'm going to go ahead and grant the adjournment in this matter. And I'll set the matter over for the 9th. That's on a Tuesday. or do you need, what day do you need to be on, Madam Council? Ms. Indra, it looked like you froze up there. So what day, I'm thinking the 9th, but tell me, well, that's a Tuesday. That works out okay for you, ma'am?
That's correct, Your Honor. It was good for me. Thank you.
All right, so I will set it over for 2/9/21, and that's going to be at 9:30 a.m. on the next action date on this matter. Thank you, Counsel.
Judge, what's the last three digits of that case number?
It's 4321.
43. Okay, thank you.
And Madam Counsel, Ms. Petroni, I believe that you're appearing on something here. You may.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Alyssa Petroni, P82293 from Michigan Legal Services, here on behalf of Ms. Constance Cochran, who is also in the Zoom hearing. Regarding this matter, we were negotiating late until the evening last night. I spoke with my client this morning, and it appears that the settlement might have fallen through. This is an eviction diversion matter. Is Mr. Abbott, I have texted Mr. Abbott he's in another courtroom, I was in another courtroom, to explain to him that we'll be requesting an adjournment to pursue the new EDP STERA funds. I have not heard back from Mr. Abbott, though. I will state that for the record.
Thank you. Thank you, Counsel. Given that there have been some negotiations and given that the future EDP might help in this situation, I'll go ahead and put it off to the 18th of February to give any realistic chance that there might be to get it resolved. It's going to be the 18th of February. It's going to be 9 o'clock a.m. On this matter. The adjournment is granted. And you understand what's going on here, Ms. Cochran? I know you're there somewhere. Good morning to you, Ms. Cochran. All right. Well, the date has been set.
Here I am, Judge. I had to figure it out.
That's all right. That's all right. You took that learning curve real quickly. Thank you. And you understand what's going on here?
Yes.
All right, man. Well, I wish you well, and you have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Enright?
Yes, Your Honor. I was on 240 with Lisa King.
All right. Your P number, if you will.
Andrea Enright, P70981 for Lisa King, who is also in the hearing.
All right. Good morning.
I'm right here.
Morning,
I'm right here. Hello?
Morning, Ms. King.
Hi, how are you?
Good. This case is 7240, and Ms. Enright, you may proceed at this time to update me on this matter, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. We had adjourned to today's date. Ms. King is moving. She is moving on Thursday. So what I'd ask for, and I had messaged him and haven't heard back from him either, but I know he went to another courtroom, is for a short adjournment so that she will have moved and we can dismiss the case, which was the hope that we would do today, but it looks like we just need a couple more days. So if you want to adjourn it maybe to next week sometime, I think that would be sufficient.
Yeah, I will be absolutely out by the end of Thursday. Absolutely.
We got you, man. That's what your counsel has told me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn the matter, Ms. King, on 1 week from today. That's going to put us at February the 2nd. And
okay.
that should result in a dismissal. I'll review the matter on that date at 9:30 a.m.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right, good day to you, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Enright.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
In relationship to 72010, do I have Georgia Edwards on this Zoom? Say something if you're there. It's like there's counsel on this as well. You may.
Judge, this is Lockhart for defendant, if I may.
May at this time, sir.
Steve Lockhart, P32090 for Edwards. I thought she was connected. I have not talked to Mr. Abbott yet today, but we were hoping for an adjournment for processing under Sarah. I believe this is the first hearing.
I think this is.
No, strike that. It was adjourned from January 11th to today. And we need to adjourn for the Sarah but I have not had Mr. Abbott saying his client is willing to participate yet.
Right. All right, what I'll do is I will go ahead and grant a conditional adjournment to February 18, 2021. That's going to be at 9:15 a.m. For the Sarah participation. To the extent that there is objection, the court will revisit the issue to the extent that Mr. Abbott objects, and I'll make sure that Mr. Lockhart has part in what happens next, should anything change.
Thank you, Judge. I'll communicate that to Mr. Abbott. And again, I thought Miss Edwards was connected, but it appears not.
Ms. Edwards, if you're there, say something. All right, very well. So you'll get information to her regarding the next action date, correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Your Honor. This is Diamond Ali.
Turn your mute your device until I come to you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Please keep your device muted until I come to you. That would be fair.
Yeah, I was letting you know I was in the hospital, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is case number 23-48314. This is George Ali Asari versus Crystal Wilmer and other occupants of property located in the city of Detroit at 14148 Manor. The court also calls the suffix 9577. That's Parkview Tower Square versus Danielle Alfred and other occupants of property at 2933 East Lafayette. The court is calling the suffix 9573. That's Woodbridge Estates Phase 6 versus Kiara Sullivan and occupants of property at 4320 Trumbull. The court calls the suffix 8298. That is Go-To Guy Property Management LLC versus Shantia Frazier and Javen Frazier, and other occupants at 20,000 Pearson Street. Court calls the suffix 7183. That is Chantel, Milford Incorporated versus Chantel. Their occupants of property located at 20026 Gold Barn. Your appearance at this time, counsel, I do see that that first case called is 8314. It looks like that's Mark Wasbury's case, but your appearance on other matters other than that one, counsel.
Judge, this is Kevin Callahan. Mr. Horka is actually on the record in Judge Millhouse's courtroom right now. I'm watching him. If we can recall those cases when he returns.
All right, very well. Do I have? I believe that on some of these matters there is a defense counsel, and to the extent that there's defense counsel, you may enter your appearance on the matters that I've called.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alyssa Petroni, P82293 from Michigan Legal Services, here on behalf of Ms. Chantel Brown. I believe we should wait till Mr. Horka gets back in the courtroom. We've been negotiating this morning.
Gotcha. Real good.
Judge,
Mr. Lockhart.
Lockhart on file ending 298. Go-To Guy versus Frazier. Again, I need Mr. Horka.
All right, very well. So we'll put those aside. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're on the Zoom and you heard me call your name in those cases, I'm coming back to them when the attorney for the plaintiff comes back into the Zoom.
Judge, in case of Mr. Abbott, I think we gave this one a court date of 21. That's what we can have. Yeah, this is the one that she literally used on your grade. The 18th couldn't take it because she needed later date.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was 24.
Okay.
24.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is Mark Corey.
This is case number 23-49585. This is Nayib Sayer versus Toya Antoinette Diem and Ryan Craig and other occupants of property at 17596 Stopel. If you're on this, your appearance at this time, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Aaron Ingber. I'm here on behalf of the landlord, Nearsar.
All right, thank you, counsel. And do I have on this Zoom anyone living at the property at 17596 Stopel? If you're on this Zoom, please say something at this time.
This is Toya Denham.
This is Ryan Craig.
All right, I see you, Mr. Craig, and I see you there as well, Miss Denham. Good morning to you, Miss Denham.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Craig.
Good morning.
All right, so have either of you had the opportunity to speak with an attorney regarding your rights in this matter, regarding opportunities that there may be to resolve the matter? Mr. Craig?
No, I received a call from our attorney yesterday from a private call. I didn't know that he was going to call private, so the call was missed, and I don't know how to get back in touch with him.
Gotcha, Ms. Denham. That was Mr. Craig's turn, but I'll go to Mr. Craig now. Have you spoken with anybody, Mr. Craig?
That's my same answer. I was right there with her when we was calling.
Gotcha. All right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to give you an opportunity to talk with a lawyer that's available in the Zoom today, so that you can go over and discuss your rights and the issues in this case. Also, I'm going to set a next action date, counsel. Given that this is the first hearing date, I am setting it open for next action date. That date is the 18th of February 2021 at 9:30 a.m. That's when everyone will Zoom back in. Today, I will set it up now so that Ms. Denham and Mr. Craig can speak with someone in a breakout room, a lawyer, and begin the process of discussing your rights and the issues in this case. You understand that, Ms. Denham? Ms. Denham, you understand, ma'am? You understand,
yes, I understand.
Mr. Craig, you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, very well. So who's available to talk with Ms. Denham and Mr. Craig, so I can put you in a breakout room at this time?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Indra Pandyaraj from Lakeshore Legal Aid. I can speak with them.
All right. So thank you, Ms. Indra. Attorney Indra is going to speak with you now. I'm going to put you in breakout room number 1, and you will see a prompter on your device. And once you see that prompter, then just click on it. It will put you into the breakout room. So just one moment. Got a bunch of people.
Good morning, Judge. This is Rima Parley with Lakeshore. Could I be added to that breakout room as well, please?
Got you, Ms. Kari. I'm sending you there right now. And Mr. Craig, there is your notification. And Ms. Denham, there is your notification, Ms. Denham.
Your Honor, did you say February 18th at 9 a.m.?
What time is it? That's 9:30 a.m., sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the court now calls case number 23-49589. This is Granada Apartments North versus Deshaun Marshall and Brittany Johnson and occupants of property at 17331 Greenfield number 1. The court also calls the suffix 9593. Granada Apartments North versus Stephanie Little and other occupants of property at 17331 Greenfield number 7 is the apartment. The court calls the suffix 8333 is Myra Hire and other occupants of property at 19740 Cranbrook Apartment B. The court is calling the suffix 9597, and that is town residents versus first name is Aparopo, APU, RUPA. Last name is Prathipati, Prathipati, PRATHIPI, PA. That is regarding premises at 1511 First Street, apartment 710. Your appearance at this time, do I have Mr. Landau? All right, any attorneys on any of these matters, defense attorneys on these matters that might be able to address the court at this time? If so, say something. We will come back to those matters, ladies and gentlemen. If you heard me call your name, then stand by. I'm waiting on the attorney on the other side to come in on those matters. And I'm coming to you in just a moment, Mr. Porter. Mr. Bouchard, do I have Mr. Bouchard on this Zoom? Say something if you're there, sir.
Your Honor, this is Mark Corey. I had one more case at 8:30 that wasn't called in my group, and I just want to make sure it's for today.
All right. Is that 558?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's the deal in that?
She didn't have a line. It wasn't here to apology.
Okay, this is, we don't have a file, but this is case number 20349558. This is Band Investments versus Diamond Mason and Carmen Cruz and Thalia Davis and other occupants of property at 10444 Marin Street. The matter is before the court on the filing of a complaint for non-payment of rent, it looks like. All right. Mr. Court.
Your Honor, Mark Corey, P82210 on behalf of plaintiff for this matter.
Thank you, sir. Is anybody on this Zoom who is a part of this case? Say something at this time if you are.
Yes.
All right, I'm looking at Carmen Cruz. Is that you, ma'am?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. It's me and Diamond Mason here present right now.
Wait a minute. All right, so I see a name, Carmen Cruz. What's your name, ma'am?
I'm Carmen Cruz.
Okay. Who else is here? Somebody else?
Diamond Mason.
Miss Mason, you have any? Okay, I got you. So you're on the same device as Miss Cruz. Is that correct, Miss Mason?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Have the two of you spoken with an attorney regarding this case that you have before me? Have you had a chance to talk with a lawyer?
No.
All right. So I see that, yeah, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a chance to talk with a lawyer that may be able to give you some advice and direction regarding the case that you have before the court. And I'm going to go ahead and set this up for a next hearing date. It looks like there were several days that came up, but all of them seem to have been during the shutdown. You have that sounds about right, Mr. Corey?
Yes, Your Honor. This is the first appearance.
All right. So, so Ms. Mason and Ms. Cruz, I am going to set it up for you to talk with a lawyer right now. The date that I'm going to set for you to come back into the Zoom, that's going to be the 18th of February 2021. That's going to be at 9:30 a.m. That's the next date that you're coming back on this matter. You understand, Ms. Cruz?
Yes.
Ms. Mason, you understand as well, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. And so I'm going to set you up to talk with someone who's available to talk with Ms. Mason and Ms. Cruz. Let me know right now. All right. So just hold tight for a bit, ma'am, and I will get you into a breakout room to talk with someone as soon as I can get back to you.
Okay.
All right.
Judge, this is Lockhart to Intermetal. I think Miss Hagman is trying to respond, but it doesn't appear she's connected. She's trying to connect now.
Judge, this is Ms. Hagman. I can take her into a breakout room and talk with her.
Oh, all right. Very well. So I'm going to send you with Miss Hagman now, and you're going to breakout room number 2. So you're going to see a prompter in just a moment to go to to that particular breakout room. And when you do, just click on. So there it is, number 2. And all right, so Mr. Corey, you have the information that you need on that particular file, sir, and thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Great day to you as well, sir. All right, we're back to Mr. Cox. Are you present? Strike that, Mr. Horka. Are you present, sir? All right, and we're back on the record regarding the suffix 8314, 9577, and 9573, and 8298, and 7183. The court has previously called those matters and put the specific identity of those matters on the record. Would indicate that 8314 was in this packet with Mr. Cox's name on it on the cover, but the counsel in that matter appears to be Mr. Wasbury. And your appearance at this time, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Thank you for your patience. Joe Horka, P75969, representing the plaintiffs.
All right. And counsel, are you standing in for Mr. Wasbury or no? That's it. Just or did it just get mixed in?
I'm not, Your Honor. I can send him a message to see what's going on.
All right. So I'll set 8314 aside. I understand that there are counsels on the other side of some of these matters, and you may at this time, Mr. Petroni, I believe you're on the other side of one of these. Is that true?
Yes, Mr.
Muted, Alyssa.
I'm here.
I'm trying to give you priority over Mr. Lockhart in this instance. So.
Appreciate it, Your Honor. Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Alyssa Petroni, P82293 from Michigan Legal Services, appearing today on behalf of Ms. Chantel Brown, who's also on the Zoom hearing.
All right, and good morning to you, Ms. Brown. How are you today?
Good morning, I'm great.
Thank you. And why don't you update me on the suffix 7183? That's the case involving Ms. Brown on Goldburn Street. You may at this time.
Yes. So plaintiff's counsel and I have been negotiating all morning. Looks like we are going to request a 60-day adjournment in order to pursue Sarah.
Mr. Horka.
Yes, Your Honor. It's my understanding that the defendant was approved for the first round of EDP, but we're going to go through the second round and hopefully more funds are available to complete the resolution. And we think 60 days.
All right, so that's about the time you need out there, about 60 days. Huh?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to have to flip
March 1st.
that.
Yeah, March 1st.
March 1st. That doesn't give me quite 60 though.
You want a little longer?
Yeah, a little bit longer.
Okay.
Looking to the middle of the month.
Okay, so March we can say March the 3rd or the 10th?
March 10th, 2021, March 10th, 2021, at 9:00 a.m. will be the next action date on this matter. All right, and Ms. Brown, you understand what's going on here, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. I do wish you well, ma'am, and good day to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Petroni. Mr. Lockhart, I believe you have a matter here. You made your appearance, sir.
Judge, please the court, Steve Lockhart, P32090, standing in for Anthony Sartorio for defendant on file ending 298, go-to guy versus Frazier.
Thank you, sir. I do have that one in front of me. And Mr. Lockhart, you would do us the honors of updating the court on this matter.
Judge, we were asking plaintiff's approval to adjourn this matter to pursue this Sarah. I don't know that I've had a response from Mr. Horka in that regard.
Judge, I think this is kind of similar to the fact pattern of the previous case. Parties are going to try and go through Sarah if we can adjourn to a similar timeline as the previous hearing.
All right, so I will go ahead and grant the adjournment till 3:10 until 3:10 at 9:00 a.m. For the reasons as set forth on this record. Do I in fact have Ms. Frazier or Mr. Frazier on this Zoom? All right, very well. The date is set and the reasons are made clear on this
I'm
record.
sorry. I'm sorry. Frazier is here. I didn't know how to work this Zoom meeting.
No problem. You see how quickly you learn when you're under pressure.
Right.
So back in March 10th regarding this matter. You understand, sir?
Yes, sir. March 10th at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. All right. And your attorney will be in touch with you. I wish you well, sir. Good day to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Right. Is there counsel on the other side on either of the matters that remain in front of me? That is Woodbridge versus Kiera Sullivan and Park View Tower versus Danielle Alford.
Yes, Your Honor. Chester Janess, P83295, standing in for the attorney of record, Aaron Ogletree, on behalf of Ms. Kiera Sullivan, who's president on the call.
All right. Ms. Sullivan, are you there?
Yes. Good morning, Judge.
And good morning to you, ma'am. Good morning, counsel. And counsel, can you update me, sir, if you will, regarding this matter? I'm talking.
He's on mute, Judge.
I'm sorry?
Mr. James, Chester James, correct?
Yeah, Janess.
Janess, thank you, Mr. Janess. Go ahead and update me on the on what's going on here, if you will.
Yeah, to my understanding, Mr. Ogletree had moved for summary disposition based on the fact that the court lacks personam subject matter and in rem jurisdiction in this case because the plaintiff's summons, complaint, and demand for possession of non-payment and rent and notice to quit were defective because 4320 Trumbull, Detroit, Michigan 48201 does not exist. Also, the property that the plaintiff lives at is 4820 Trumbull, which is Detroit, Michigan 48208. So when they weren't served the summons and complaint, and when they were served it with the copy for the demand of possession of non-payment and rent when they were served at the same time. So she wasn't allowed her due process in the matter.
Thank you.
No problem. And to my knowledge, it's another court date on Thursday in another judge's courtroom for the same matter. I think it's just under, it's not under the demand of possession. It's the notice to quit to recover possession of property, which supersedes and trumps the plaintiff's alleged demand for possession of non-payment of rent.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Scott, Mr. Horka.
Judge, this seems like a good EDP case. If the defense really wants to raise a jurisdictional issue and have us start over, it's only going to cause more court costs for my client and won't do anything to assist the parties in participating in the SARA program. So I would ask for the court to keep the case open so the parties can mutually try and resolve this through the SARA program.
What do you know about the, what do you know about another case pending somewhere? I mean, as I look at this file, before you answer that question, I do see that it looks like there are some issues with regard to address and street, things along those lines. And I understand your point is that the parties will need to negotiate on how to resolve issues of back rent. And that might be done through the SARA program with the use of some public funds. Council is saying that their position is that the matter should be dismissed because of some notification problems that amount to lack of due process. So I guess I'm asking you two questions. One, what do you know about the case in another courtroom? And two, what do you think of the propriety of the issues that have been raised in the context of the answering motions that are attached to the same?
Judge, the other case is a termination of tenancy based on a chronic late payment of rent cause of action. The defendant has filed a declaration, which not waiving anything, but would likely get caught up and would pause any eviction actions related to that termination action. It would also pause and anything on the non-payment of rent case, provided the declaration itself wasn't properly challenged. So again, she's got a declaration. Why don't we keep this case open complete the SARA process, get the back rent covered, and move forward from there. But if the court is inclined, based on the typo of Trumbull, to dismiss, we'll simply refile, and that's going to delay the defendant from possibly seeking assistance.
Right, and counsel, I'm sure that you understand the issues and the arguments that are being made at this point. It sounds almost like it might be prudent on the court's part that if I adjourn this matter without prejudice to the issues raised in your motion, essentially taking it under advisement, because it seems that the remedy in this situation that might work for both sides is the remedy that would involve funds being made available through the SARA program that might assist the tenant with being able to resolve any past due rent issues.
Yeah, to my knowledge, okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor. To my knowledge, the tenant tried to pay rent and they refused to receive her rent because they wanted to proceed with eviction. And she signed up for the CDC program on the 9th of this month. But the issues were they wouldn't receive rent from her.
But that was because there was a pending termination case prior to the CDC declaration being submitted. So
yeah, that would seem to break the interest of the plaintiff would seem to be in conflict. You have the termination. The termination of the non-payment to be one where if the tenant under the law chose to offer funds to satisfy the non-payment action, she could not do that if you have a termination action without losing the termination action. So, I mean, it's kind of circular at this point. It seems to me that some resolution might be afoot in this matter under the SARA program. I believe the issues raised by counsel for the defendant in this matter have substantial color to it. So I will take those issues under advisement, and I'll adjourn the matter over until the 10th of March of 2021 and allow for an assessment of whether or not the parties choose to use SARA funds to try to get resolved. Knowing that if that's going to occur, that the plaintiff would likely have to dismiss voluntarily the termination action, and that the parties would have to reach some kind of stipulation as to the resolution of this particular action. So taking advisement, and I will revisit that issue on the 10th of March. If the parties decide to work through the SARA program, then obviously that could have an impact on resolving these cases in a global kind of way. All right, so that is my order. 3/10/21 at 9:00 a.m. for the next action date in this matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Regarding the suffix 9577, do I have Gabrielle Alford on this room?
Yes, Your Honor, you do.
Miss Alford? All right, is that you?
Yes.
I'm trying to see which one is you because I had too many things lined up. There you go. All right, got you, man. Thank you very much. Let me put the last name in just one moment. So, Ms. Alford, have you spoken with the lawyer yet?
I was getting I was in the process of getting a lawyer, Your Honor, but I had a death in the family, so it kind of threw me through a loop a little bit. And I was in the process of getting a lawyer, yes.
All right, so why don't I set it up where you can talk with someone today. This is the first hearing in this matter. So this case, under the administrative order of the Supreme Court, is going to be adjourned to a second hearing. That hearing date is going to be 18th of February 2021. That's going to be at 9:30 a.m. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set it up so that you can talk with an attorney, someone that's available to discuss your rights with you as well as the issues in this case. You understand, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. So just hold tight just a moment, Ms. Alford. I also have on this Zoom, did I already take care of Mr. Cruz, Ms. Cruz and Mr. Mason? Ms. Mason? Somebody already talked with him, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Ms. Hagman's talking to them right now.
All right, thank you. All right, so who's available to talk with Ms. Alford at this time, please?
I can do so, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Emright. Ms. Alford, I'm going to send you in with Attorney Emright, and that's going to give you breakout room number 3. You'll get a notification about right now. And there it is. And this will lead you there. That's it, right. Thank you. Mr. Hill, which matter do you have before me, sir?
James Ward. Last four number.
Mr. Hill, what's the last 4 digits?
9638.
I just want to sir.
I hope I'm in the right courtroom.
Yeah, you're in the right courtroom. I've got it here.
Okay.
This is case number 23-49638. This is James Ward versus Donald Whalen and other occupants of property at 887 Central. The matters before the court on the filing of a complaint for non-payment of rent and your appearance, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Hill, P68445, on behalf of Mr. Ward. I believe Mr. Ward is on the Zoom call, Judge. I'm not sure if the tenants are or not.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to you, Mr. Ward. Do I have Donald Whalen? Donald Whalen, say something if you're on the Zoom. Any person living at the same address 87 Central. All right. Looks like it's the first hearing on this matter, counsel. Under the city's strikeout, under the administrative order, I will go ahead and set the matter over for next action date. Given that the defendant has not appeared, that next date, the next date is going to be the 12th, February 2/12/21, and that's going to be at 9:30 a.m. 2/12/21 at 9:30 a.m. If the defendant does not appear at that time, the court will be inclined to grant a petition for entry of default. So,
thank you. I apologize. Was it February 21st or 12th?
February 12th.
12th.
February.
Somebody's texting. That's it. Got it, Judge. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Good day to you. All right. Do I have Mr. Landau? Okay, I see Mr. Wasbury. Sir, I'm coming to you, and Mr. Abbott, stand right there. We've done some things in regard to matters that you have. I'll be right with you, Mr. Abbott. This is a recall on 23-48314. That's George L. Rosari versus Crystal Wilner and other occupants of property located at 14148 Manor in the city of Detroit. Counsel, your appearance at this time.
May it please the court, Your Honor, Mark Wasbury, P51575, on behalf of plaintiff in this matter. I move for dismissal.
I'm sorry, sir.
This is a dismissal, Your Honor. That's I had thought I had already sent it to the court, but perhaps not. So I'm asking the court to dismiss this matter without prejudice.
Thank you, sir. The matter will be dismissed at this time, and you may have very well sent things. I've had a few transitions here, so we'll make sure that it's dismissed based upon the request of counsel. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good day to you.
You too.
Right, so Mr. Abbott, there were a number of your matters that have been called, and those matters have been set over. Is someone in this room, Mr. Lockhart, are you there to?
Yes, Judge.
Go ahead.
On files 210, I texted Mr. Abbott that matter was adjourned to February 18 at 9:15. Cusmato versus Edwards to pursue Sarah And Mr. Abbott indicates his approval.
I do.
Thank you, sir. And I guess I should ask differently, Mr. Abbott, are there any files upon which you have any questions that the court need to resolve at this time, sir?
I think we have a conditional dismissal on case 225, Malaysia versus Baldwin.
All right, I didn't.
Judge, I believe that was emailed by Ms. Petroni to Ms. Hunter this morning.
Yes, Your Honor. I just spoke with Ms. Hunter on the phone to confirm that that documentation the court has received it.
All right. The court will sign off on the documentation in that regard. Thank you, Mr. Abbott. You may continue, sir.
And the other three in various stages of application for EDP funds.
Yes, sir.
To intermeddle, Alyssa, did you talk to Mr. Abbott about file ending 192, Cusmano versus Cochran?
I was just about to send Mr. Abbott a text message with the adjourned date, and that adjourned date is, a note are giving me. That adjourned date is February 18th at 9 a.m. Once again, adjourned to pursue Sarah.
I'd like to speak briefly on RCH versus Trunetta Smith. Is Indra?
Yes, Ms. Indra handled that matter. Is that correct, ma'am?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Abbott. You had something you wanted to say. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, my client was initially amenable to EDP funds, but I don't think we're getting good cooperation from the defendant at this point.
Ms. Indra?
That's correct, Judge, but as requested, I was just asking for a short adjournment, Mr. Abbott, so that I can try for reaching out to my client and possibly resolve it through Sarah funds.
How short an adjournment?
I believe I grant that adjournment. And go ahead, Ms. Indra, I'm sorry.
Yes, Mr. Abbott. So I asked for a short adjournment so that in the meantime, I can try to reach out to my client and possibly resolve this through Sarah funds. And the adjourn date was February 9th at 9:30 a.m.
All right, that's my last acquiescence to an adjournment on this case, because this is based on a consent judgment we took back in February of 2020.
That's correct, Mr. Abbott.
Thank you, sir. Well, I'll leave the adjournment then in place, and understanding that there has been a few adjournments in that matter. Obviously, there were periods of shutdown within that time that Mr. Abbott was referring to. So we'll address any outstanding issues on the date that is out, because it has now been given. And that was the shortest adjournment that I could give in the magnitude of cases that I have.
That's February 9th, is that correct?
That's correct, Mr. Abbott.
All right, Mr. Abbott, any other ones that we need to address at this time, sir?
Bellcrest, case number 240, Bellcrest versus King. Last time we were here, that was back on January 12th. She said she's moving in a week. I gave her 2 weeks to move. She still hasn't moved. Do we have an update on that?
She's moving Thursday. And I adjourned it till next Tuesday.
That's fine.
And she was, I believe that's the case, isn't that right? No, I don't see it.
I think it's on a sticky.
I think Andrea Enright was on the case.
No, here. Oh, we gave the 224. That's where they was trying to get the money for the program.
Oh, wait a minute. It looks like it says something at 224. Who was on this matter involving Lisa King? I thought this was the move out matter.
I think Andrea Enright was the attorney last time we had a
hearing. Judge, to intermeddle, I believe that's where Miss King was connected. This is Lockhart speaking, and she indicated she was leaving Thursday. You granted an adjournment to cover that, if I remember correctly.
Exactly right. That's. I think I have the wrong date on the wrong next date on the file, because actually I adjourned this over until next Tuesday. She said she'd be gone by this Thursday, so I adjourned it over until the 2nd, so it should be the 2nd of February.
No objection.
All right. Sure. Yeah, so you got that one.
Yeah, okay.
I just want. And Mr. Abbott, anything else that you're seeing there, sir, that we need to check on at this time?
No, the other two cases I have for the morning are both dismissed.
All right. Yes, sir.
So that concludes my morning call, and I appreciate your patience.
Thank you, sir. And good day to you, sir.
Okay.
All right. Attorneys that are present, plaintiff attorneys that are present on this matter. Mr. Callahan, I see that you're here, sir. What do you have?
Judge, I am Attorney Fred Coleman and Attorney Brian Bouchard this morning. So I have a number.
Right. Thank you, sir. This is case number 2. Mr. Abbott, are you still there?
He left.
Yes, 10 o'clock. Okay. And this is case number case number 23-49605. This is West Side Brick Rentals LLC versus Hyda Wood, Norwood, and other occupants of property at 15714 Strathmore. The court calls the suffix 9616. That's Gold Key Real Estate LLC versus Charles Harrell and other occupants of property at 4267 Cashew. The court calls the suffix 9620. That is MCL Rentals LLC versus Michelle DESELLE, DESELLE, regarding property at 15820 Merlin, the lower unit. The court is calling the suffix 9624. That's James and Mabel Davis versus Chitoya Rogers and other occupants of property at 8891 Greenview. The court is calling the suffix 9634. That is B Land Group LLC versus Michael Watts and Tarita Bushline, BURCLINE, Recline, I suppose, 11550 Flanders is the address on that matter. The court is calling the suffix 9650. That is Detroit Motor City Fund LLC versus Ashley Hamilton and other occupants of property at 19447 Albion. The court calls the suffix 9658. That is MCL Reynolds LLC versus Tarina Troop and other occupants of property located in the city of Detroit at 19387 Flemings. The court calls case number 23-48302. That's Creekside Homes versus Deborah Cooper and other occupants of property located at 567 Kitchener Street. The court calls the suffix 8306. That's Creekside Homes versus Deshane Lathan and other occupants of property located at 942 Tennessee Street. And your appearance regarding these matters, counsel.
Your Honor, Kevin Callahan, P78273, standing in for the attorneys of record on all the cases called by the court. Your Honor, with respect to the cases ending in 8306 and 8302, those matters are set for a second hearing today. However, the parties have been diligently working towards resolution through the SARA program. So we would ask for another brief adjournment on those so we can finalize that when funds become available. The remainder of the cases are set for first hearings today, so the court should adjourn those pursuant to the administrative order.
All right. In relationship to the 8302 and 8306 matters, is there opposing counsel on the other side on these matters? If you are, say something at this time. So those are the two that Mr. Bouchard, that you're standing in for Mr. Bouchard, and you're asking simply the process to give him more opportunity to play out. Is that correct, sir?
Correct. Yeah, the parties are negotiating on their own through the SARA program currently.
And you know, the information I'm getting is that the SARA program is actually taking us somewhere to like the 10th of March. That makes sense to you, sir?
Sure. I'm hearing conflicting reports on this, so I will leave that to the court's discretion on what's best for judicial economy.
Thank you, sir. I will set them over these two, the suffix 8306 and 8302 over until the 10th of March 2021 at 9:30 a.m. All right. With regard to the other matters, the court is inclined to set them over, but let me begin by asking, are there any attorneys that are representing respective defendants in any of those matters at this time? Please identify yourself. You may at this time, Mr. Lockhart.
Judge Steve Lockhart, I'm not sure you called it. File ending 290 for Mr. Fred Coleman as plaintiff's attorney, set at 9:15.
Yeah, yes, but it doesn't have Mr. Coleman on it. It has Alicia Woods versus Kelly Davis, and it doesn't have.
Yeah, Mr. Coleman entered an appearance on behalf of plaintiff, and Lockhart P32090 will be appearing for defendant Davis. Mr. Callahan, did you get that file from Mr. Coleman?
Yes, I did. And Judge Kevin Callahan, P78273, representing plaintiff in this matter. I was going to wait until we were done to address that, but now we're here, so let's address that. This is a first hearing, and I believe we're working through SARA, so let's get a new court date.
What he said.
What he said. Let me put it on the record. That's case 20348290, Alicia Woods versus Kelly Davis. And the parties have, the attorneys have entered their appearance regarding this matter. And I will grant the continuation until the 10th of March of 2021 at 9:30 a.m. as the next action date given the SARA considerations. So
Judge, I think Miss Davis might be connected. I want to make sure she's excused if she is.
All right. And Ms. Davis, are you there, Ms. Kelly Davis?
Yes.
And good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Right. And you had a chance to hear what's going on in your file. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. All right. I wish you well. See you on the 10th. Everybody's going to try to get some stuff worked out before then. But that's your next court date. All right. All the best to you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I'll be in touch, Miss Davis. Thank you, Mr. Callahan.
Thank you.
All right. So are there, let me ask, is Norwood on the Zoom regarding the Strathmore location, Norwood, 15714 Strathmore? Say something if you're here. Charles Harrell regarding the address on Cashew, 4267 Cashew, Charles Harrell. Say something if you're here. Regarding the suffix 9620, that's Michelle DeSale, DELSELLE, regarding Maryland, lower unit. If you're on the Zoom, say something at this time. Regarding the suffix 9624, that's Shatoya Rogers and the Greenview address. If you're on the Zoom, please say something at this time.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Good day to you. Have you had a chance to talk with a lawyer regarding the matter that you have in front of the court?
No.
All right. So, Ms. Rogers, I am setting your case over for the next hearing date, which is the 18th of February at 9:30 a.m., February 18, 9:30 a.m. I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak with a lawyer that can go over and discuss your rights regarding this matter in just a few moments. Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, so I'll be right with you in just a moment to get you to a lawyer, ma'am. All right.
Okay.
Let me check now whether under the suffix 9634, do I have Michael Watts or Jareka Decline, I should say, on the Zoom. If you are, say something. Regarding the suffix 9650, do I have Ashley Hamilton or any person occupying the premises on Albion Street on this Zoom at this time? Say something if you're here. Regarding the suffix 9658, Tarina Troop, if you're on this Zoom, ma'am, please say something at this time regarding the property on Fleming Street. All right. So with regard to those matters where individuals have not appeared, they are first hearings. The court will set them over for the next action date. Where defendants have not appeared, that date is going to be the 12th of February. That's going to be 2/12/21, and that's going to be at 10 o'clock a.m. 2/12/21 at 10 o'clock a.m. If defendants do not appear on that date, the court will be inclined to grant judgment by default. With regard to Ms. Rogers, do I have someone that's able to talk with Ms. Rogers at this time? I'd like to send her to a breakout room if you're available to speak with Ms. Rogers. Ms. Hackman?
Yep, I can talk to her.
All right, thank you. So Ms. Rogers, I'm sending you to breakout room.
I was in 2.
2, thank you. That's what I was getting at. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2, Ms. Rogers, and you'll be speaking with Ms. Hagman in just a moment.
Oh, okay.
There you are. Mr. Sagatti, are you there, sir? Gary Sagatti, are you there, sir? Mr. Landau, are you there, sir? All right, this is case number 2349581. This is James and Sharice Hobbs versus Adam Anderson and other occupants of property located at 19956 Southfield in the city of Detroit. The matter is before the court on the filing of a complaint for non-payment of rent. For the plaintiff in this matter, do I have Mr. and Mrs. Hobbs, or both? Say something if you're here. James Hobbs, Sharice Hobbs. Do I have Adam Anderson on the Zoom?
You have Miss Anderson on the Zoom.
All right, Miss Anderson, good morning to you. You live at the property on Southfield, is that true, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
All right. And have you had an opportunity to speak with a lawyer regarding the case that you have in front of you, ma'am?
No, only person I spoke with was Mr. Hobbs. We made an agreement to get caught up because we're not behind. We been here all our renovations. We just got behind with water.
Let me stop. Ms. Anderson,
yes.
You're breaking up on your device. I don't know if you're too close to it or your voice. I'm sorry, I couldn't understand.
I had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Hobbs. We have an agreement for us to get caught up because we were never behind on the rent. We have all the rent receipts. What happened was we got behind with the water bill.
Okay. I heard the first part, then I heard you say something about water bill. So you must have moved around or something. I understand that you have, let me tell you what I've heard, that you had an opportunity to talk with Mr. Hobbs and that you reached an agreement.
We have an agreement that me and him both signed. And the rent has been getting paid every single month. We never fell behind on rent. We just got behind with the water bill and like the late fee. But he signed a paper with me stating that we were going to work it out.
So I have not received that document to tell me what is going on with this case.
Okay.
And Mr. Hobbs is not on the Zoom at this time. So what I'm going to do, if you speak with him, tell me you need to get something to the court, whether that is asking you to dismiss it or whatever he's going to do. But I'm going to go ahead now and set it. I'm going to set it over for the 11th of February, 2/11/21 at 9:00 a.m. That will give Mr. Hobbs the opportunity to come in and say something, and you'll have to return on that as well. If he's not here, then I'll dismiss the case. You understand?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good day to you, ma'am.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, the court is calling case number 23-49613. This is Frank Shepard versus Brianna French, and occupants of property located at 19213 Glastonbury. Your name for the record, plaintiff in this matter, do I have Shepard? I have Frank Shepard.
Yes. Yes, just Frank Shepard.
All right, thank you, Mr. Shepard. You own the property on Glastonbury, is that correct, sir? Yes, sir. All right, thank you, sir. Just one moment. Do I have Brianna French on this Zoom? Ms. French, or person occupying Glastonbury, 19213, say something if you're here.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
All right, I do see you there, Ms. French, and good morning to you as well.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Ms. French, have you had an opportunity to talk with a lawyer regarding your rights in this particular matter, ma'am?
No, sir.
So I do want to give you an opportunity to speak with someone. You have the right to the assistance of an attorney, and we have attorneys available to speak with you and go over what your rights may be regarding this matter. As to both of you, this is the first hearing on this matter, and the Supreme Court administrative order requires that I adjourn it to a second date. That second date is going to be February 18th of 2021. I'm setting this matter at 9:45 a.m. 9:45 a.m. will be the next action date, will be the next time, 2/18 at 9:45. And that's when you'll go back in, Mr. Shepard, and you as well, Ms. French. You understand, Mr. Shepard?
Yes, yes, sir.
Ms. French, you understand as well, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. Can you give me on February that time?
February 18th. Just ma'am.
I'm sorry?
February 18th at 9:45 a.m. I'm setting it up.
This person, yeah.
Whoever that is, AJ Tsunami, you're gonna have to stay on mute until I call your case because you make too much noise. And if you keep coming off of mute, I'm gonna have to exit you from the entire hearing. So please stay on mute until your case is called. Thank you. All right. I'm sorry, Ms. French. Ms. French, I'm gonna connect you to a lawyer that you can speak to regarding your case in just a moment here, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So who's available? Who's available to speak?
Do I still need to stay on the phone?
No, Mr. Shepard, you have your date to come back, sir. And I'll see you on the 18th, sir.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice one, sir.
Likewise to you, sir. All right. Who's available to speak with Ms. French at this time? All right. Looks like the lawyers are in breakout rooms talking with, Ms. Henry, can you speak?
Your Honor,
I'm available.
Who's that? Somebody else is saying. I'm available. Who said that?
Josh Ronnebaum from Lakeshore Legal Aid.
All right, got you, Mr. Ron. Say the last name for me again.
Ronnebaum.
Oh, God damn.
Got you, sir. All right. So I'm going to send you with Attorney Ronnebaum at this time, ma'am. And so I'm connecting you to breakout room number 4, Ms. French. So you're going to get the prompter in just a moment.
I'm sorry, what was that?
And there you are, Mr. Baum. All right, where's Mr. Sagatti, or does he have someone, an attorney standing in?
Tamara, you're muted.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Tamara from Attorney Gary Sigari's office. He is in another Zoom hearings, but we have two cases he would like to adjourn the cases. I believe Mr. Lockhart, one of them is.
All right. This is case number 23-48337. This is Blue Stratos Detroit Investment versus Deidre Glover and occupants of property at 18490 Rose Lawn. The court also calls 8329. That's D with W Holding LLC versus David Jerome Bartel. Mr. Lockhart, I understand that you're connected to at least one of these matters.
Yes, please, Your Honor. Steve Lockhart, P32090, appearing in the place of Anthony Sartorio on behalf of defendant Deirdre Glover, who is connected.
Good morning to you, Ms. Glover.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Lockhart, what's going on here, sir?
Judge, I understand through Mr. Sagatti's office that they would approve an adjournment so that we can explore Sarah. We also need to fix a prior settlement agreement between the parties. It's going to impact how we handle this case.
All right. And so if I put it in the, well, basically the Sarah protocol that puts it over till March the 10th, that makes sense to you, Mr. Lockhart?
That will work so we can figure it all out.
All right, very well. I will set it over for 9 o'clock a.m., 3/10/21. Matter is adjourned. Do I have Bartel on the Zoom? David Jerome Bartel. All right, this appears to be, well, I don't know if it's the first hearing or not, but it's been requested by Mr. Sagatti's office that the matter be adjourned. I will put it over to 2/18/21 at 9:30 a.m. That will be the next action date on this matter. So,
Judge, may Ms. Glover be excused? She has her court date.
yes, and good day to you, Ms. Glover. See you on the next action date now.
Can I ask a question, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am. Go right ahead.
I'm a little confused with everything, and I appreciate the justice that, the lawyer that's stepping in. I'm getting emails and calls from the actual property management about me paying, so I don't know what to do. Do I not pay, or what do I do?
If I can interject, Judge. Ms. Glover, as I indicated, there is a problem with the settlement agreement that was previously entered. You need to have the property management contact Mr. Sagatti's office, deal with them directly, and you deal with Mr. Sartorio while we figure out what was agreed to and what's been paid.
Okay, yes, sir. I just wanted to make sure, because I'm getting...
I understand the confusion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ms. Tamara, if you'd make a note for Gary that we got to figure out what that settlement agreement covered.
I have a note, Mr. Lockhart.
Thanks for allowing me to interrupt, Judge.
Oh, no, not a problem. Not a problem. And I understand, ma'am, when you get in calls and you have a lawyer involved, just continue to communicate with your lawyer when it's necessary to do so. And that's the way that you move forward with this.
Okay.
All right, I do wish you well, and I'll see you on the next occasion.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Dave. Mr. Landau, let's see what I have. Okay, this is case number 2345690. This is Guster Group versus Diamond Ali and other occupants of property located in the city of Detroit at 8560 Wickham. And your appearance for the plaintiff, Madam Counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nasreen Hamoud, P number 80522, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Thank you, Ms. Hamoud. Good morning to you, ma'am. And your appearance, Madam Counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Indra Pandirash from Lakeshore Legal Aid, P84364, appearing on behalf of Ms. Diamond Ali.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Pandirash. Did I get it right?
That's correct.
So I'm always running away from I'm getting close to being able to do it. Thank you, Ms. Pandirash. All right. So I know that this is getting to be my lifetime achievement case.
Same here, Your Honor.
I love seeing the two of you, but you guys have got to come up with another case. I know that Miss Diamond Ali either is or was on the Zoom earlier. Somebody update me on what's going on.
That's correct, Your Honor. Right now, she's in the hospital. She's going to have a surgery, so she's been hospitalized. So that's why she couldn't join us back in the Zoom call right now, but she was here earlier. And with regards to the hearing from last time, date and time was scheduled for the heater and the furnace to be replaced. And the landlords have taken care of it, and it was replaced on the set date and time. So that is taken care, but there was another thing that came up on the same day when the landlord agent was present in the house. Actually, the inspector from City of Detroit, for which Ms. Ali has made a complaint for an inspection to inspect the house. The inspector was present, and they had made a report about some conditions of the house, example like the rat holes and things like that. So he has reported that all these conditions have to be taken care before my client can move into the house, and I have mentioned it with the council as well.
Your Honor, we have yet to see that inspection report. Once it becomes available to my client, they would be glad to take care of any needed repairs.
All right. That seems to be the direction that things are going here. I mean, it's just from everything that I recall about facts and statements made about this case is everything almost that could go wrong did in fact go wrong here. So and now it looks like there is some effort to try to turn this around. So Ms. Hamoud, give me some insight as to what your client's position would be now going forward.
Well, Your Honor, they have no problem with Ms. Ali continuing to reside at the property. However, the issue of unpaid rent has created a substantial financial hardship on them. Ms. Ali actually moved into the property in November of 2019. She paid the first and last month's security deposit, or I'm sorry, the first month's rent as well as the security deposit, and no payments were made after that. At some point in time in March, it was brought to their attention that she may have moved out. And accordingly, after communicating with neighbors, after not getting any responses to their phone calls or emails, they decided to re-enter the property in July. And the eviction proceedings had already been pending. And we learned at some point in time in October at the first hearing that Ms. Ali indicated she was still, she had no intention to vacate the property. In fact, she claimed that she was hospitalized for several months. And this is actually, I believe, the fourth hearing with just trying to figure out a potential resolution here.
Ms. Indra, well, obviously I'm going to grant yet another adjournment and exercise some control over the case. And I believe that that adjournment needs to be short in order rather than too far out. Seems like some progress is being made, and I know that at the end of the day, this case is going to have to come down to rent going forward, and then how to resolve any claims of past due rent and or claims of retaliatory eviction, and how that may offset any claims of past due rent. Those are the issues. So I don't know that we're ready to drill down on those issues yet, because there is still the ideal of being able to put the tenant back into the premises in a reasonable state of repair. I would say enjoy it.
Yes, Your Honor, before we decide on an adjourn date, I would like to put on record few things that was going on with this case with regards to the rental arrears that my client owes. The last time I spoke with my client, which was yesterday, she mentioned to me that the last time she paid rent was February 2020. But however, I can get the ledgers or any receipts to prove that the last time she made the rental payments was February 2020 and not November 2019. And also with regards to the illegal lockout, Your Honor, this court actually decided that my client would get $250 for each day of recurrence of the illegal lockout. So which was almost 3 months in this case. So I would also like to put that into record that should also be taken into consideration while calculating the rental arrears for my client, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may, that's actually, with all due respect to Sister Counsel, that's factually inaccurate. Your Honor did indicate back at the October hearing that you would consider the $250 amount, and that my client may be basically required to deduct the $250 balance for each day that she was locked out of the property. So you did indicate that you may order that.
No, I have not ordered that yet. I indicated that the amount for an illegal lockout can be up to $50 per occurrence, and the indication is that that could be per day. The statute doesn't give in significant degree of clarity. It could be per occurrence, and it depends upon the interpretation of what per occurrence is. And so, as I indicated, we haven't really gotten to that part in terms of what the court would assess, if any amount, as it relates to the lockout. A lot of that has to do with how that is assessed has a lot to do with what the intention was, whether or not there was a reasonable basis, and how reasonable of a basis there was to take possession of property. Those are the kind of things that come into consideration. The court has already determined that there was not a substantial basis to take possession of the property. That's what's already been determined. But whether there were reasons why the landowner took possession of the property, I mean, I've heard some of those on the record already. There was information from residents in the area. They had gone out to the premises on several occasions, and they saw no sign of persons living there. Under the law and under the facts of this case, that was not enough. So we'll have to decide those things going forward. That's why, even where there has been a petition for interim rent, the court has not allowed interim rent at this point, because of those considerations that the court will make some determination ultimately in this case. Some of that has to do with, even now, as there are some concerns about when the tenant is back into the premises, because if the tenant is back and there's not a furnace, that's not really being put back into the premises. So all of those considerations, I know that either the parties will be able to come together with something that makes sense in this case, or I'll make a ruling, and it will make sense taking everything into consideration. The dishoming, if you will, of the tenant was not a situation where the plaintiff arrived at the premises right after the tenant left out of the door and removed the tenant's stuff. That is quite different. That's quite different. That could result in some substantial kinds of penalties. So there are some mitigating factors here, and I will consider all of those matters and make a decision. So that's where the case is on those issues. So I'm going to adjourn it out for a couple of weeks and review the matter. So I'm just going to set the hearings for review. In the end, there will be a hearing on disposition, damages, rent obligations, and how the parties be heard on those issues, and the court will make a determination as to what the amounts are and what applies to which side in regard to this matter. So that's what we're here. So the next hearing will just be a review date, and I'll set that actually 3 weeks out from today. That's going to put it at the 16th of February. February 16th, 10 o'clock in here. All right, until that time, and we'll see where things are on that date, and I'll set it if it's time to drill down on the issues of lockout, rental obligation, et cetera, and I'll set a hearing shortly thereafter where the parties can come in and offer their evidence regarding what all of that means, so the court can make its calculations and determinations.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on this case on the 16th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. Mr. Abbott had a case 23-4-9642. This is Turnkey Property Solutions versus Residents and Sheena Dalton at 16519 Griggs. And Mr. Abbott was here. His fee number is 26085. Do I have any resident at the property on Griggs Street? It does appear that this is the first hearing date on that matter. And so accordingly, I'm going to set it over for the 18th of February 2021. And the time on that date will be 10 o'clock a.m. February 18th. 10 o'clock a.m. is the next action date in that matter. Mr. Horka, are you there, sir? I have Mr. Cohen and Mr. Cohen, Ms. Cohen, I'm sorry. And I'm looking for Mr. Landau. Let me call case number 20349-670. This is City Side PO LLC versus Ashley Coates and other occupants of property located at 2661 East Lafayette, number 7 in the city of Detroit. Carolyn Coleman, C-O-H-E-N, P number 49391, represents the plaintiff in this matter. I don't see her in the Zoom. Do I have Miss Ashley Coates or anyone at East Lafayette, number 7 on the Zoom? If you are here, say something at this time. All right, the defendant has not appeared. Counsel for the plaintiff is not present. This is, however, the first hearing, so the court will go ahead and set it for a subsequent date as directed by the administrative order of the Supreme Court. That date is going to be the 18th of February 2021. The time is going to be 9:45 a.m. That is the next action date in this matter. It is so ordered. I didn't hear you.
All right.
All right. And ma'am, with the Galaxy phone, it looks like Steph Beans. What is your name for the record, ma'am?
Stephanie Littleton.
Stephanie Littleton, did you say, or Littleton?
Littleton, Littleton.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Littleton. And can you give me the last 4 digits of your case that you have?
Yes, 9593 with Mr. Landau.
All right, yeah, we've been waiting on him. And let's see. He's in another courtroom. All right, and that is the suffix, what strike as 20349593. That's Granada versus Stephanie Little. And I have it Little in here, but your name is Littleton, right?
Yes, Littleton.
Okay. All right, so thank you, Ms. Littleton, regarding property on Greenfield number 7, and that's where you reside. Is that true, ma'am?
That is correct.
All right. All right, so this is the first hearing regarding this matter, ma'am. And as you learned from being here, it will be adjourned to a new date. You've been here long enough to be able to now almost figure out what I'm getting ready to say. So I'm going to set it over for 18th of February.
Your Honor, may I interrupt you?
Just a moment. At 10:45 a.m. And I'm going to give you a lawyer to talk to regarding this matter. Tell me what you want to tell me at this time, ma'am.
Actually, me and the property have agreed that we've already processed through the EDT program. So we're just waiting on the payment.
All right. So yeah, you need to speak with, you did it without a lawyer, and that's a good thing, but you need to talk with the lawyer just so that you can make sure that everything is in line, that they can represent you or speak to you regarding all of the details of that. Because you can do it without the lawyers involved in it, but then in as much as a case is actually been filed against you, that means that you have something pending before the court that has legal consequences. That's why you need to talk to a lawyer. That does not conflict with the work that's already been done. It just buttresses that.
Hey, now, Judge.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, it gives you the legal support that you need to make sure that everything lines up the way it should. You understand, ma'am?
Okay. Yes, I do.
And usually what happens at the end of that process is an order is submitted to a proposed order to dismiss the case. So that's likely where this case is going because there's some things that's already been worked out. I'm going to set the date. If they get this finished before that date, somebody will submit an order to me to dismiss the case conditioned upon that agreement that's been reached, all right? So right now, let me have you talk to someone. That new date, as I said, is February the 18th at 9:45 a.m., February 18, 9:45 a.m. Have you talk with a lawyer right now that can go over this case with you. All right, so who's available to talk at this time with Ms. Littleton?
I can speak, Your Honor. This is Indra from Lakeshore Legal Aid.
All right. All right, so I'm going to send you to speak with Ms. Indra, and you're going to be in breakout room number 1. And so I'm sending you there a notification right now, ma'am. And I wish you well. See you on the 18th.
Thank you.
Yep.
Your Honor, may I get her case number, please?
That is 2349593, and that's Granada versus Stephanie Littleton, 17331 Greenfield, number 7. And Mr. Landau is plaintiff's counsel in this matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Coleman, I called your case, and I did see you here. I was wondering where you were. I called your case. Defendant did not appear in the matter. And so I went ahead and granted an adjournment because it was the first hearing. And I set it over for, let me see that file back.
Excuse me, Your Honor, I was in another courtroom. Did the defendant appear?
Defendant did not appear on this matter. And so I've set it over for the 18th of February. I can bring it back to the 12th where the defendant has not appeared. If the defendant doesn't appear on that date, then a writ would issue, strike that would be entitled to a entry of default judgment. That's case number 2349670. And just formally enter your appearance regarding City Side versus Ashley Coates. You may have this time.
Morning, Carolyn Cohen, P49391, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
All right, thank you, Ms. Cohen. And so I I sent the matter over after I saw that the defendant was not present in this matter. And I knew that this was the first hearing. So did you want the earlier date of the 12th, or do I leave it at the 18th? What's your pleasure?
I would prefer the earlier date, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll move it back, or whichever way that goes. I'll move it to the 12th of February at 9:00 a.m. If the defendant does not appear at that time, the court will entertain a motion for entry of default.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. A good day to you.
You too.
All right, do I have on the Zoom Deshaun Marshall? I'm looking at 9589. Do I have Deshaun Marshall or Brittany Johnson at Greenfield, apartment 1? If you're on the Zoom, say something.
What's that case number, Judge?
That's the suffix 9589.
Okay, thanks.
Also addressing now the suffix 8333. That's Sherwood versus Garden Hire, Myra Garden Hire. That's MIRAJ, Mirage Garden Hire on Cranbrook, apartment B. If you're on the Zoom, please say something at this time. Addressing the suffix 9597. This is Town's Residence versus Upper Rupa, APR, constructed APURUPA. Last name Prathapati, PRATHIPATI, regarding property on First Street, number 710. If you are connected to or reside at that address, please say something at this time. Say something at this time. The record should reflect that in those matters, the plaintiff's counsel is Mr. Mark Landau, P number 42790. It appears that Mr. Landau is in another courtroom. It also appears that the defendants have not appeared regarding this first hearing. Accordingly, the court will set the matter over for 2/12/90, strike at 2/12/21 at 9:30 a.m. The court will entertain a motion for entry of default judgment if defendants do not appear at that second hearing. All right, the court calls 23-4-9-6-6-6 Woodbridge versus Latoya L. Jones and other occupants of property at 1139 Selden Street. Court also calls suffix 9626. That's Woodbridge versus Serafina Sharp and other occupants of property located in the city of Detroit at 1149 Contour. And Mr. Aaron Cox represents the plaintiff in these matters. Standing in for him today has been Mr. Horka. He is in another courtroom at this time. Do I have Latoya Jones on the Zoom? If I do, say something at this time.
I'm here, DeTanya.
DeTanya, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Jones. I see you there. You reside at the property on Selden Street. Is that correct, ma'am?
Correct.
All right. This is the first hearing regarding this matter. And have you had a chance at all to speak with a lawyer regarding your rights and legal options regarding this matter, ma'am?
No, not the lawyer, but I did talk to someone at Woodbridge, and this was pertaining some late fees.
Okay, I need you to keep your voice up a little bit or adjust your device. You said you did speak with someone at Woodbridge, and then you kind of dropped out. Right?
Yes, I've been speaking to Miss Butler at Woodbridge. And, I asked her, was these fees going to be waived, the late fees? And she said, as long as I paid $85 for the December rent, that she would waive them. I haven't heard anything back from her, but I did pay the $85. I had my rent paid through SmartPay. They was paying my rent, and the money orders didn't get to Woodbridge on time, which caused a late fee. But we settled all of that. They did get the payments, and the late fee is still in questioning. So
let me get you to a lawyer that you can speak to regarding those matters, because they did file the case, and there is a case. This case is pending, so you want to go over those things with your lawyer and be protected in the context of this case. They'll be able to give you some legal advice and information, maybe able to represent you in this matter. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up that you can speak with someone. I'm going to give you the next action date that I have in this matter. And if it gets worked out before that date, then what happens is that the attorneys get together and they send in a dismissal. But if it's not worked out, then you'll be back to see me on the 18th of February at 9:30 a.m. So I'm going to send you
9:30.
Yes, ma'am. 9:30 on the 18th of February. You'll zoom back in using the same information that you used today. So I'm going to have you talk with Ms. Hagman now regarding this matter. So I'm going to send you to a breakout room, and I believe that's breakout room number 2.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Hagman.
Thank you.
I'm sending you there, Ms. Jones.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too, ma'am.
Okay, let me see how I do this.
You see the place where you click on, Ms. Jones? Do I have Ms. Sharp or anyone living at the Contour Lane address? Say something if you're on the Zoom. And this matter is duly set on for 11 o'clock a.m. It is now 11:31. It appears 11:37. The defendant apparently has not appeared. As I indicated previously, Mr. Joe Hoka is representing the plaintiff in this matter. He's in another courtroom. This is a first hearing. Accordingly, the court will set the matter over for a second hearing, setting it date of the 18th of February 2021. 9:30 a.m. will be the time on this matter. So ordered. All right, is there anyone on the Zoom now that has not been heard? You believe that you have something in front of me? Say something so I can try and identify which matter you have.
I have a case number.
Yeah, give me the last 4 digits of that case number. You are Paris Jones, are you?
Yes.
Okay,
the last 4 is 9654.
Just a moment now.
Okay.
Dismissed.
That case was dismissed, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Decided that we're not going forward, so the case is dismissed now.
Okay, thank you.
Good day to you. I wish you well.
You too.
All right, any other person that has a matter before me, speak up now. We'll try and find your case to make sure that we deal with it.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm a law student volunteer, and I'm just trying to keep track of who needs to be put on the door knock list. What was the matter number for that matter you just adjourned to February 18th at 9:30, right before Miss Paris Jones?
Thank you, sir. I had two matters. One was the suffix 9666, and that was Victoria L. Jones. Well, you don't need a door knock on that. She was here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. She wasn't. That's Victoria Jones on Selden Street, 11 39 Selvin Street, Detroit 48201. The other was Serafina, or Safina, that's Ceferina, Sharp. Middle initial is R. Sharp is the last name, Sharpe. That's at 1149 Contours Lane, Detroit 48201. That case ends in 9662.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you, sir. That kind of looks like the dog that you're talking about. I'm sure it's a big difference.
Yeah, that looks like to be another two.
All right. Mm-hmm. That's a little different.
So you showed me that.
Man, she that dog too big. I didn't know we was in the market for it, dog.
Oh.
It's
for me and the boys, you know.
It's certainly not. This is like we were certainly not in the market for a dog that big.
That's all right. She just need to get in front of mine when I get it. Then she might, you know. Then she'll ask you. She'll say, "You really want this dog?" That's when you hit it with the yeah.
Now you know I can just push the issue.
And then you gotta get the boys in on it too.
Right.
Once they get on board, then it's all sailing. Oh, Judge, she gonna come back and say, "How about this dog?" And it's one of them little lap dogs. That's when negotiations start. You gotta say, "Okay, this if you get that dog, then you have to let us get our dog."
still on YouTube?
Yes, I am. I'm getting ready to hit it off.
Deborah, she need a dog too.
When I move.
I don't know why she playing. She need a little dog.
I am when I move.
Tomorrow. You said you are.